if you keep starting over, this video is for you. You feel me? But starting over usually isn't, the problem for real. Starting over isn't your problem, right? That isn't your problem. Well, sometimes it can be, but how do I want to say this? Starting over isn't your problem. You feel me? So what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Cam, back with another motivational video for y'all, back with another drawing board video for y'all, man. You feel me? I hope y'all been really taking in all this motivation that I'm bringing towards you guys, you know what I'm saying? So for the ones who don't know me, my name is Cam. You feel me? I do vlog, public interview, and motivational videos. You feel me? So Zeke kicking my camera, but yeah, man. So if you tapped in, I really hope that you stay to the end of this video to really catch this message, because this is gonna be a great video, man. It's really based off, starting over and just, what that is, when you're starting over or you're resetting when it comes to whatever your passion is, whatever you're going towards, right? So, boom, let me start by showing y'all what's really happening, okay? So, I'm gonna show y'all what's really happening, y'all. So here we're gonna put start. Then on the outside, now I'm gonna wait to put what's on the outside. Cool. So yeah, this is what's actually happening, y'all. Most people quit when things feel slow, right? Most people quit when things feel slow. That's like a major common mistake that I always tell y'all. You feel me? In most videos, that's a lot of common mistakes. Mostly, it's always what? Quitting. Quit. Notice I wrote that outside of the circle. You feel me? So, not hard, but slow, right? Not hard, but slow. I want to say it twice. And sometimes, slow is going to feel like failure, man. It's going to feel like failure. But it's a normal feeling, you know what I'm saying? We're all human and we all go through these things to learn lessons, right? But it's not necessarily all the way failure, you know what I mean? So let's talk about why restarting feels productive, okay? It's because, first of all, you know what I'm saying, you're going to start building that hope. You know what I mean? You're going to start building that hope. You still got, your mind in a good rotation. You feel me? So don't ever think starting over is the problem. You know what I mean? Starting over might be actually a good thing for you, because all you have to do is look at the positive in it and flip it. You know what I'm saying? Flip it. So how can you make your start over or your reset? I like to call them resets. You know what I mean? How can you make your reset better? How can you come back stronger, come back harder, right? Quitting removes pressure. You know what I'm saying? When you quit, you drop everything. You drop everything and it's all gone. It's all away. You know what I mean? But it was your decision to quit. Who really likes to quit? I had talked about that in one of my last videos about quitting and just, the effects of it, like how you feel after quitting or whatnot. So once you quit, and this being a common mistake, all the pressure is gonna leave. All the pressure, it just fades. You know what I'm saying? It fades away. So restarting is gonna feel like progress, right? But it's just movement without momentum, right? So you are just moving towards something, but you're not really making that momentum that you need to be making, right? So you never want to be in that space. You never want to fall into this common mistake right here where people always end up quitting. You feel me? It's okay to reset. It's okay to, go back to the drawing board. That's funny because I'm making a drawing board video, but it's always cool to, okay, let's reset. Let's see how we gonna make it different. You know what I mean? It's always good to work on your background systems and build up those background systems, right? So, next thing I'm gonna write on this board is new plan. New plan. So, why did I cross out new plan? A new plan is not gonna fix this, okay? A new plan is not gonna fix this. That's why you have to stick to one thing. I also talked about this in a lot of previous videos, but you have to be sticking to that one thing, right? If you gonna try and go and do another pathway, that's just gonna give you more stress, you know, on yourself. That's gonna stress you out more. That's gonna stress, you know, it's gonna have your learning curve just all over the place, right? That's gonna have you all over the place because you was focused on one thing, but now you want to jump to the other thing. That's also a common mistake you don't want to fall into. So these new plans, forget about it. Don't even try or think to, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this something else. Maybe this ain't working, so I'm about to do something else. You know what I mean? If you feel like that, I'm telling you, it's not gonna turn out very good unless you have a new plan. If you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to, it has to be that. You know what I mean? You can't be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? It can be anything, you know, back and forth from anything. Like 2 different businesses. I get it. So staying longer will, you see what I mean? Staying longer and trying to find out how to make that one thing work or that one plan work for yourself, that is what's gonna work. You know what I mean? Starting is all you have to do. A lot of people struggle right here at this start mark. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of people to go ahead and just start on their passion or just start whatever they want to do or whatever they saying they want to do. Why is it taking you forever to just go ahead and hit the start button? You know what I mean? So staying longer will help way better than trying to make new plans and, you know, flip-flop to the next thing. Okay, guys? So let me write this. I don't want to write that next to quit though, right? So let's write that here. Why did I write stay? The breakthrough usually happens after boredom. You know what I mean? After doubt. You feel me? After repetition. So you have to get comfortable with this boredom, guys. Like, it's gonna be boring. There's one thing about it. Discipline is a boring place. Discipline is a lonely place. Being successful is a lonely road. You know what I mean? It's a lonely road to get to that point, right? So you have to strive in these moments. That's why in the last video, I was saying about taking a fixated hour out of your day and out of your night. You know what I mean? Because during the day, we handle work, we handle things we need to get done. Cool. Fixated hour during night that you own. You know what I mean? You have to just strive in that. You have to strive in wanting to get better and, you know what I mean? Be tired. When you lay down, you should go straight to sleep off how tired you is just trying to work on your craft, because it's so many things that we have on our back that, you know what I mean, it's just always going to be there. So regardless, if you want to live the life you want to do or do the things that you want to do in your life without, you know what I mean? Y'all get it. The bigger picture, like, what is your big success story? Like, what is your bigger picture at the end of the day? When y'all think about that, in order to get there, this is what it takes. You know what I mean? It's going to take these fixated hours that y'all have to set aside. It's up to you to set that aside. You know what I mean? And stay in that lane. You have to stay grounded. You know what I mean? It's so important to stay grounded and stay humble and just keep on finding different ways to make your same passion better. New plans, that's gonna ruin it. You know what I mean? That's gonna kill your momentum. You don't want to kill your momentum. Right? I'm sorry, but my dog is in here and they're like kicking my camera. But anyways, pick one thing that you already started, commit to it for 30 days, okay, y'all? No restarting, no switching. You feel me? That's why I wrote new plans and crossed it out, because that is not what you want to do. You don't want to keep trying to jump from plan to plan. Y'all understand? Bars. So, yeah, man, do that for me in this video. Let me give y'all a little bit of reassurance. You know what I mean? You don't need a new beginning. You just need consistency, man. Stay hard on yourself. You know what I mean? In these fixated hours that you set aside to work on you, work on your craft, for anything, look, you're gonna have to shut it off. You're gonna have to shut it off. You know what I mean? Shut it off for everybody. Look, tell your, if it's your family members, if it's your friends, you know what I mean, anybody, it has to be your fixated time set aside for you to say, okay, let me make a step closer to my goal. Let me get a step closer to my goal right now. And let me take this hour or 2 hours out of my night to, okay, lock in and make a step, get a step closer. You know, get a step closer to whatever I want to achieve, right? So that's why I'm telling y'all this video is so good. This was a great video because, yeah, man, like, starting over is just about how you reset. You know what I mean? You want to have a clean reset. You don't want to make a new plan, and while you in that reset mode, you don't want to go to do something, you know what I mean, that spiked your interest because you seen it on TikTok and you was like, well, maybe I can do that. But look at what you are best at. Look at what you are, you know, what you thrive in, or what you seen signs of thriving in. You know what I mean? And go from there. You know what I'm saying? It's all about making it better, right? So cool. Stop restarting, y'all. Start staying. When you stay, let's circle it. When you stay, you'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just lock in. I keep dropping my top. I might drop my top like every video, but yeah, man, y'all just stay grounded. You know what I mean? Stay in that lane to where, you know what I mean, you can get things done. Restarting, don't take that as a bad thing. Please do not take that as a bad thing, because it might be, you know, the best thing that you could make in your mind, like the best decision you can make in your mind, what I meant to say. So yeah, man, that was really pretty much this video. I might just keep this one short, man. I hope y'all caught the beautiful message. You know what I mean? Y'all drop out comments and concerns, you feel me? But yeah, man, just start staying. Keep that consistency, you know what I mean, going in your life. You're gonna be all right, bro. No more new plans. Just stay focused on that one thing until that works. And then you can move on to the next avenue or break off into whatever. But you're not gonna get nowhere if you hopping one thing to another, right? So this is very important. Don't fall into this comment trap right here, because what? You don't want to be a quitter, right? Nobody's a quitter. Well, there's a lot of quitters, but I'm not a quitter. Are you a quitter? Ask yourself that, you know what I mean? But don't fall into that comment trap, you guys. You feel me? Stay in your circle. Keep your focus in your circle. You know what I'm saying? These your peoples. All in here. Keep your circle small, you know what I mean? And stay grounded, you guys. I hope y'all understood this message. I hope y'all caught the message, man. It's your boy Cam. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.